Okay, when I was born, my daddy paid for me with a fiddle. It was quite beautiful. Indian head, it was the first human head he'd ever carved. Flowers on the back. When they took my mother to the hospital, the closest car was like 2 miles down the road, so Mama had to ride a sled, and a horse named Old Bob pulled the sled. Well, anyway, this way it goes. We went down to the intersection, and a guy had a car, took Mama to the hospital to have me, and in the meantime, Dad had been making the fiddle to pay my hospital bill. Had his fiddle done. So we walked to town, which would have been probably, I guess, 20 miles to sell the fiddle to pay my hospital bill. Then he came home and he made my mama a dress. It wasn't the finest material in the world, it was chop sacks, but it was little blue flowers, and he thought he would make a dress for her to wear home. So Mama and me got back home. Well, it goes on, and one of my first memories is she had a rocking chair that squeaked like crazy. Then she'd gather me up and rock me to sleep every night. And I remember seeing on a ball, sitting in the living room, playing music with Daddy, until I fell asleep. Okay. Then when I was about 3 or 4, I remember standing at the window watching Dad make a fiddle. And I thought, wow, that's awesome. How can anyone take a board and make a fiddle? And I'd stand with him. Oh, I know I got on his nerves so bad he could have died. But I hung with Daddy, and we did all kinds of capers. Someone bought us some little crank books, that played the tune, and I think it was one of my aunts, I can't remember. Anyway, Mommy got gone. She was real funny about stuff like that. She got gone, and Dad and me took the book apart to see what made the mechanism work. And when he said, now we'll glue this back together, she'll never know the difference. Oh, no, it didn't work that way. We didn't get glued back just to suit her. She said, what'd you all do while I was gone? But from the time I can remember anything, musicians were at the house. My Uncle Thornton, he stayed up there half the time. He was probably, he's 14 years older than me. And he taught me to sing Amazing Grace and Too Old to Cut the Mustard. Not too old, I'm not too old to cut mustard anymore. Well, one Sunday morning, the preacher and his wife came. And Mommy said, Audrey, sing them a song. And Thornton always, he pushed me, sing louder, sing louder. And I would sing to the top of my lungs, and he played guitar, he backed me up on guitar, Anyhow, Mom thought I was going to sing Amazing Grace. She didn't realize I didn't know the difference. And I bowed up and sung, done got too old, got too old. And I thought that woman would die of embarrassment. It was like, looking back on it, it was quite funny. But she just assumed that, as preacher and his wife, I'd sing Amazing Grace, and I didn't. Yeah, I do. I want to do that. They didn't let little girls take shop when I was going to school, which distressed me somewhat. It was unheard of. So I did home ec, which I'm glad of now, but it didn't make me too happy back at that point in time. So anyway, when I got out of high school, I decided, well, I know I can do this. So my first instrument was a dulcimer. And Dad just gave me some material and a pattern and he walked off. And I was in the shop working, trying to, and it was hideous. The thing was terrible, but it played. And then after that, I decided, now wait just 1 minute. I had to make the dulcimers. I think I've made probably 1,000. I had to do something to survive so that they could make the fiddles, because fiddles weren't selling that high at that point in time. So I decided to make my first fiddle. And the only thing Dad would say, we'd work right sitting side by side, you know, I really believe if you did it this way or that way, might work out better. And what he was trying to do was correct my mistakes without me knowing he was doing it. Anyway, made my fiddle, and when I got it ready to put the strings on, my hands were just a jerking. I thought, hey, it's not going to play. And he said, oh, I'll give you that thing. And he put strings on it for me because I couldn't have put strings on the fiddle previously because I'd lost it by then. Anyway, after the first one, he just, you know, I just kind of decided that was the thing that I wanted to do, so I did it. And I had 40 years, I guess, some such. One thing about it, I have never had anyone return a fiddle that they bought. I've had a couple stolen, which I think might be a tribute to my fiddle making. Hated it like a dickens, but nevertheless, if you can make something worth stealing, you've done something.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah. And do you know how many fiddles you made?
86.
86.
There were so many interesting times. We lived way up in a hollow. You had to have a pretty good ride to get up there or walk, one or the other. And I never remember not having people at the house. Musicians, young people, would come and play music with Dad. And it was so interesting to see all these younger people that thrived on coming to see him. And the funny thing about it was, when they left, they felt better about their music and about everything else. He was one of those people that could just make you, I guess, know who you were or something. I don't know.